I've you know, laid down many of them myself before, so I think I know what it was all about.
Well, I think that's one of the most beautiful things about the film is that it can be interpreted in so many different ways. I really see it as this young woman's coming of age, and that she becomes a woman. She starts out a girl and becomes a woman by finding her own artistic voice and sort of killing the child version of herself. She becomes a woman. So I don't see it necessarily as a death at the end like many people do. It's, you know, when it was working, it was really so, it was so hectic. We were just working such long days and sleeping 5 hours a night and then just starting the day again, and there was so much preparation and so much training that I didn't really necessarily have time to think about what was happening. And dream-wise, I was just so exhausted every day. It was literally just like falling into bed and waking up and going back to set. And I think that sort of pace and actually helped me stay so focused for the part. Yeah, I didn't have too many crazy dreams or some. I'm pretty good at shutting off. This one was a little harder to shake. I think just the whole mood of the whole movie was so intense. It stayed with me a little longer than usual. I have no idea. I mean, it's one of the most exciting things about being pregnant is that I just am accepting complete unknown. It's a complete mystery and miracle. And yeah, it's really just accepting that I have no idea, which is what all of us live every day.
Oh. I don't really want to get entangled in the political judgment on that. I tend to find that my rather insignificant opinions get more attention than they deserve. But I do think that, on the face of it, that was a short-sighted decision. I do, however, think that the fact that the BFI seem to have taken up that role is very positive. And I think that it was probably a sign that the government has recognized a need for a body like that they need to work closely with to find a way to get films financed with government cooperation. So I'm optimistic at the moment. Now, I think I'm going to cook a lot. I don't think I'm particularly good at it, but I'm going to inflict my cooking on anybody within range. And but I tend to find that that's a very good way to decompress. I'll probably be the only one eating it, but I think that's what I'm going to do.
I don't know. There's something about in the way that I was shooting them, the fact that I like them so much as people probably is in the DNA of the movie, and their liking for each other is in the DNA of the movie, and there's a lot of kindness in the movie and a lot of compassion in the movie, and I think the fact that alongside our professional relationship we respect each other so much was probably what Geoffrey Rush has jokingly referred to as something a little bit more. we basically shot the Geoffrey and Colin stuff first, and so when she arrived into this incredibly strong bond between them, and it was a source of endless comedy from then on, that she felt that the real love story was between the two men and not between her and Colin, and but she acted the supportive wife brilliantly. On camera, as you know, but off camera was constantly teasing us for the fact that the love should really be between him and her, between her husband and her. God, I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to go to bed for a while. I've got Oprah Winfrey at 10 a.m. I've got Today Show at 5 a.m. So I don't want to be the first person to go on Oprah drunk, so I'll try and restrain myself. I think I didn't quite believe that there were masterpieces sitting unread in attics. I kind of thought the system worked, that there were scouts everywhere, it was efficient. If someone wrote a good script, we'd all know that it existed. And the story of how this film came to be is a classic example of how that's not the case. I mean, this play you know, it was not only a play reading, but I mean, this play failed to be produced as a fringe theatre play. I mean, it's a fringe theatre play. So I mean, this play was going nowhere when, you know, I came to it and when my producers came to it and Jeffrey came to it. And so it's made me more open-minded to the idea that there may be masterpieces or, you know, wonderful stories that are lying neglected, and that the system doesn't always necessarily deliver to you the best stuff that's out there.